Good morning, guys. My name is Kartinya, and I'm here with your Monday motivation. Making change is difficult. It's so difficult that anytime you try to make a change in your life, it probably seems like it's the hardest thing you've ever done. Well, that's because at the time, it probably is. Change is not natural for us as humans. We look for our comfort zone, and when we find it, we like to stay there. The problem with our comfort zone is that's where our dreams go to die. So if you're trying to make a change and you find yourself constantly having to reset your expectations or constantly having to push back the deadline for when you think you're going to reach your goal, or just missing your goals in general and feeling like a failure, it's easy for discouragement to creep in. And this video is for you. After you finish this video, make sure you go check out my YouTube page. It's called Fear to Freedom, and there's a link in the bio. So let's jump right into it. You are probably saying, Kartinya has lost it. This girl is crazy. How am I supposed to feel encouraged? Well, first things first. We haven't even scratched the surface of the crazy part of this video. Just wait for it. It's coming. You're saying, how am I supposed to feel encouraged when I'm missing my goals? How am I supposed to feel encouraged when I want to make what seems like such a simple change and I can't do it? How am I supposed to feel encouraged when I keep on failing? Well, it's going to be different for every person because we're all individuals. But I can share with you what I do to stay encouraged. Here goes. When I'm trying to make a change or I'm facing any kind of adversity, the way that I stay encouraged is that I encourage myself. What? Sounds a little bit crazy, right? Well, buckle in. Here comes the real crazy part. I encourage myself 3 different ways. I encourage myself in my mind. I encourage myself in my heart. And I encourage myself out loud. Yes, out loud conversations with myself, a lot of the times in public. So here's my personal example. The last big change that I wanted to make is that I wanted to go from being a loser to being a winner. I know you're probably saying, Kartinya, why are you calling yourself a loser? Well, as some of you know, I'm an amateur Muay Thai fighter. And up until recently, I had only had one fight and I lost that fight. And that was a huge emotional struggle for me. After my first loss, I was really motivated to jump right back in there and fight again. I wanted to prove to myself, but mostly I wanted to prove to other people that I could win a fight and that I deserved to be in the ring. We'll talk about the problems with that probably in another video, but that's the truth. I wanted to prove to other people that I was worthy of being there. So I got right back to training and things were going okay. And then all of a sudden I got hit with a long string of injuries. I experienced my first concussion during a training session. I was having problems with my feet, and overall, I was just experiencing a little bit of depression from having lost the fight. And those injuries kept me out for about 3 to 4 months. So by the time I got back to training, it was about January of 2020. We all know what happened in March of 2020. So basically, when I thought I was prepared to have a second fight and try to avenge myself and prove myself a winner to all the people who got to watch me lose, the world shut down. So how did I stay encouraged? Well, like I said, I encouraged myself. I encouraged myself in 3 different ways. I encouraged myself with my mind, I encouraged myself with my heart, and I encouraged myself out loud. How did I encourage myself with my mind? I did it through visualization. I saw myself winning a fight in detail. I saw what colors I was wearing. I saw what shorts I was wearing. I saw the headgear. I could see myself with my hand raised at the end of the fight. I was smiling from ear to ear. I visualized that every opportunity that I got. That helped me make it real. That helped me believe that I could actually do it. How did I encourage myself with my heart? Well, while I was doing those visualizations, I allowed myself to feel the emotions of winning. I allowed myself to feel how happy I would be if I won a fight. I allowed myself to cry happy tears, not even fighting, just visualizing myself winning a fight. That's how deeply I felt the emotions of being able to win a fight. That helped me believe that I could actually do it. It helped make it real. And finally, how did I encourage myself out loud? Like I said, I talked to myself. And most of the time it ended up being in public places. When I would be out on my 3 or 4 mile runs during my training days, I would talk myself through how the fight was gonna go. Start to finish, every run. I would talk myself through what the strategy was gonna be. I would talk myself through what my strengths are and where I excel in Muay Thai. It helped me believe it. It helped me make it real. It helped me believe that I could actually do it. It helped me make it real. So fast forward. There ended up being a 2-year gap between my first fight and my second fight. And right before my second fight during warm-ups, I used that talk out loud encouragement with myself. And at a certain point, I got so engrossed with it that it didn't matter who heard what I was saying. I wasn't shy, I wasn't scared, I didn't care. All I was focused on was winning that fight. I told myself that that fight was mine. I told myself that that ring was mine. And I told myself that that win was mine. And if somebody else wanted it, they had to take it from me. Again, I visualized myself winning the fight, having my hands raised at the end, and I allowed myself to feel the emotions of winning. By the time I stepped in the ring, I had already won. By the time I stepped in the ring, I had already won the mental game of Muay Thai because I knew that that was my fight. I ended up going 1-1 in the tournament. I won my first fight and I lost my second fight. But even in the second fight, experiencing a loss, when I got in that ring, I had already told myself that I could win that fight. And I believed it. I encouraged myself to fight my heart out until the end, and I did. And it wasn't until my opponent's hand was raised that I was like, okay, I guess I didn't win, because I encouraged myself and I believed in myself. So I want you to stay encouraged. Hopefully those tips helped. So guys, it won't be easy, but stay encouraged. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end of this video. Make sure you go check out my YouTube page. It's called Fear to Freedom, and there's a link to my YouTube page in my bio. Also, if you like this video, click the like button and feel free to leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. All right, that's all I have for today. I'll catch up with you later.